The profession of franchise development is awesome, and that's what we're here to talk about today.
This is the Franchise Pitfalls and Profit Show. Each week, we bring you the challenges and triumphs of being in the franchise development and consulting business. The things you need to make money faster. And now your host, one of the most successful franchise developers in North America, Don Shin.
I want to talk today about the fulfillment, the joy, the just the professional enjoyment and the personal enjoyment and fulfillment of helping in people in the business for themselves. So whether you're with a single franchise brand, or whether you're a franchise consultant or broker, or you're thinking about either, that's what I really want to talk about. And I'm gonna share some things today because I want to give you some actual stories of people that I've helped. I want you to hopefully have the picture painted for you, get the sense and the feeling of what it's been like for me over the years. You know, my teams and I, over the 22 years that I've been in this business, again, I've done it for single companies. I am to this day still a franchise consultant, so that I have hundreds of brands with one of the organizations I'm a member of. But I just thought by telling some of their stories that you'll get a sense and a good picture of what it is like to be in this profession of franchise development. So the names have changed to protect the innocent. And you got to be old enough to understand where that line came from. But I'm going to share, like I said, their stories. And I hope you could get the feeling of what it's been like for me to help these people. So I'm going to start with Dan. Okay. Dan was locating to a small town. It was his hometown. He'd been a corporate guy most of his life. He had moved around the country corporately, always working for somebody else. And you know, he just wanted to go home. He wanted to get home to where his family was. He wanted his kids to fundamentally be raised in the same area that he grew up in. So he was bound and determined to make it in this small town. Many franchises wouldn't even open in that town. It was so small a market. But he wanted to do something anyway. He wanted something that was very professional. And he got into the training and the coaching and the teaching industry. And it really was a perfect fit for him. He's got a great personality, really wanted to give back. And it was something he could do in whatever size market he was in. You know, he went on to be, believe it or not, in this little town, he went on to be one of the most successful franchise partners in that brand. He also went on to start other franchises within a 15-mile or so radius of where he was. So he became a real entrepreneur. He opened up a couple of other franchise concepts in addition to the training and coaching one that he originally started with. So he was always a contributor. He always gave back. And it was a real pleasure to see how the business that I had originally recommended to him, how it changed his life, how it allowed him to build wealth, and how it allowed him to really parlay that experience, that initial very successful franchise experience, into owning other brands as well. So now let me talk about Ben. Ben was looking at several different concepts. The two he focused on were really very different. One was retail. It was more retail entertainment, I would say. It was an emerging brand. There were not very many of these opened anywhere. And the other one he was looking at, again, was a coaching and training company that was very, very mature, hundreds of franchises around the US and around the world. So again, Ben also had a goal of owning several businesses. And so he was torn as to which business to start first. So the conversation I had with him was, which business once started is going to benefit you the most, which is going to have the most impact on you with your long-term goal of owning multiple business. And the light bulb went off. He said, well, the business training and coaching company is going to teach me how to grow businesses. It's going to teach me how to build businesses. He's going to show me hundreds of businesses while I coach them, or even just while I talk to them and I'm in the marketplace. So obviously it's going to show me the most, teach me the most about business. So that's the business he chose to start. So it was not his first choice. He was really leaning toward the other one originally, but I tracked with him for a while to find out that he actually then made the company's top 100 franchise partners one of the months. His ROI, he was in the black within 6 months. He was profitable after that. It really was the right business for him. And it was just such a joy to see Ben get into a great business, one that really fit him well, but was going to help him as he moved toward this concept of really being an entrepreneur and owning multiple businesses. Now, the third one I want to talk to you about is Mac. Mac wanted to keep his day job. He owned some real estate, and he really wanted to, he had the idea of, and his goal was to have multiple revenue streams. He wanted to build wealth in numerous ways. So he was, as I said, he was a manager, he was employed, he owned some real estate, and now he wanted to own businesses. So I worked with him to match him with businesses that would allow him to be semi absentee or even full passive. So I presented several concepts to him. He had young children. He ended up owning and opening a child, specifically a child haircut franchise. He and his wife noted how difficult it was for them to get a good haircut at an adult haircut place, how to get a good haircut on a child. And so this brand not only solved a personal need, they felt it very much solved a need for families similar to theirs with younger children. And it also, again, fulfilled my candidate's goal of starting a business semi-absentee and adding an additional revenue stream to how he was building wealth. I presented him two concepts, and of those two concepts, he felt one had a broader offering, extra age ranges or age brackets for him. And so it was just, again, really, really awesome to see the impact that owning a business was for him to build wealth. It added another strategy. It really helped him fulfill some of the long-term goals and dreams that he and his wife had. So just wanted to share with you, again, this profession of franchise development is awesome. It's personally fulfilling. It's certainly professionally rewarding, and it's financially rewarding. So that's what I wanted to talk with you about today.